Man, convertible Infinitis are very rare indeed, and this gorgeous example is in beautiful shape. This is a 2013 G37 convertible. Infiniti didn't make a ton of convertibles. The first one was the M30 convertible, right around the introduction of the Infiniti luxury line in the late 80s. And then we didn't see a convertible again. I think it was not until 2009 when they offered a G37 version of the convertible. They offered that convertible all the way up till 2015. They changed the name from G37 to Q60, kind of confused people not to be convinced with the completely redesigned Q60, which was never offered in a convertible version. So this 2013 example is really a nice, beautiful example. It was well taken care of. It's a clean Carfax vehicle, lots of service history at our store. All that information is on the Carfax report. In fact, we purchased this from our service customer. She took really good care of it. You know, she just was in a situation where she liked this car, but she didn't have a lot of space and wasn't using it enough, so she elected to sell it. And of course, you know, a beautiful G37 convertible like this, how could we not take the opportunity of acquiring this for our inventory? I'm surprised it hasn't even sold yet. There's people asking about these, us about these all the time. They're really rare, they're really hard to come by. We didn't sell a ton of new ones, and there's not a ton of used ones. And 2015 was the last year that they offered a G37 convertible, even though they called it the Q60. Basically the same car, just a different name. And then yeah, the new Q60 I think will be discontinued for 2023, I'm pretty sure. So I don't know whenever Infiniti will offer a convertible again. Convertibles are a small, you know, niche market. I think every year they sell less and less convertibles. They probably sold a lot more in the 80s, 90s. So not too many people are just, you know, spending the, you know, the money to develop and build these convertibles. They're a little bit more complex when you remove the roof off a vehicle. But the G37 is a great one, and this particular one, like I said, is in amazing shape, great service history, and who better to buy a pure Infiniti from than a new Infiniti retailer like us. One unique thing about the convertible, if you want heated and cooled front seats, the only way to get a G37 or Q60 with heated or cooled front seats is with a convertible. All the other ones were just available with heated seats, and these actually are not just ventilated. A lot of people have what they call ventilated front seats, but this actually has a little AC unit underneath each seat, and it circulates cooled air or likewise warm air through these perforated holes. The seats, it feels wonderful. Beautiful brushed aluminum trim. We have a 7-speed automatic transmission. This one has a navigation package, rear parking camera. We have a power adjustable steering wheel that tilts and telescopes, and the whole gauge cluster goes up and down to the steering wheel. A unique feature Infiniti offered on some of their products for a little while, and they did away with it. So the steering wheel will never obstruct the gauges. I think it just was too expensive to build in the vehicles. That's why they discontinued it. I think it's a great idea. And luckily this one benefits from it. We have a Bluetooth phone system. You can do Bluetooth audio streaming. We have memory seats. And the nice thing about the G37 convertible, it's like two cars in one because it is a retractable hardtop. In fact, when the top is in the up position, it really doesn't look that too much different than a regular G37 hardtop. But at the push of the button, this thing can transform into a beautiful drop-top convertible. So let's talk about the top, the usage, and the stowage for a little bit. It's kind of important. Okay, so you can see we have a partition right here. To maximize cargo space, you'll put this partition down, and that will allow you to have the maximum amount of cargo space. Not too bad for convertible. So when you have that partition down, it will not let you put the top down, so you don't have to worry about damaging anything in the trunk, or more importantly, damaging your top, which can be expensive to fix. So if you do want to use a top, you put the partition in the up position. It has some sensors right there, so it kind of reserves this little area right here. Not the biggest area, but I guess they give you something. And the rest of the area will be reserved. So this area is for cargo, and this area is reserved for storing the top. And it's fairly easy to use. You just press the button and it goes down. And we'll show you right now. This thing looks absolutely beautiful in white on the gray leather. So you just put your foot in the brake, you hit open, and in about 30 seconds it will transform into a beautiful drop-top convertible. It's always good to make sure these tops are in good working condition. They can be fairly expensive, upwards of $10,000. I'm not kidding you. We've had to repair some of them ourselves if you have a broken top. So if you're looking at a G37 convertible, you're not buying it from an Infiniti dealership, make sure you get it checked out. Make sure you use it a few times just to make sure it's operating normally. If you have any, if something sounds right, I mean, sounds right. If something sounds wrong or something doesn't seem quite right, make sure you get it inspected by an Infiniti dealership. Because like I said, it's about $10,000 to fix a top, and there's a very limited amount of people who knows how to work on these tops, because they didn't make a ton of these things. But as you can see, the top stores nicely into the trunk. You have a little bit of extra storage right there, not a ton. But the nice thing is when the top's up, you have a good amount of storage space. And now it's transformed into a beautiful drop top convertible. Absolutely beautiful automobile. It's built on a sports car platform. It actually shares the same platform with the Nissan 370Z. So it's amazing sports car performance, luxury car comfort. We have a powerful 3.7 liter V6 pumping out 325 horsepower. These 3.7 V6s are awesome engines. I have one of these engines in my FX37. I've seen plenty of examples of 100, 200 plus thousand miles on them still running strong. Maintenance-free timing chain, so you never need to worry about the cost of replacement of timing belts. This one also has the upgraded wheel and tire package on it for a little bit more of a performance look. Absolutely stunning. Thanks so much for taking the time today to watch this video. Hopefully see you soon, and have a wonderful day.